Hello everybody, good evening, welcome to That's Football, welcome to Friday night, welcome to the weekend, and welcome to Union Berlin against Eintracht Frankfurt in the Bundesliga tonight. Hope you're all doing well. Currently they have kicked off. Sorry, I was a little bit late. My fault, technical issue. If you're into streaming, I'd put the wrong key in and thought I was live and I wasn't. So took me a couple of minutes to sort that out and figure it out. But look at the flags. Where are the fans? Where are the fans? It's like COVID all over again. Where are the fans? Seriously. They're all under a big flag. Madness. Anyway, we'll get a lot of goals tonight. Union Berlin playing in red. Some good players playing for Union Berlin. Keep an eye out for Kemline, the number 6. I quite like him, 21-year-old. Ilias Ansa, I think, is 20 as well. He's on the ball at the moment. Very, very, very good up-and-coming striker. You don't get many of them anymore. And obviously Frankfurt got a lot of good players. Rasmus Højlund's brother plays in the midfield. Larsson's in the midfield today. They've got a few injuries, but Collins, the left-back, he's somebody that United have been linked to and a few other people have been linked to as well. Strange season for Frankfurt. Really good year last year. Obviously Mamouche, Ekatike were there. But they are in the Champions League, but they're not doing particularly well in the Bundesliga. They've had to sack their manager. I mean, what are they doing under these flags? It's a great atmosphere. I mean, I'm not going to lie, but I've got to say, if I was there, I'd be like, can we lift the flag, please? We've served a purpose now. There probably actually is a big purpose for it, isn't it, as well? Yeah. Happy birthday to Oscar Pete from Colville, says Super Conkers. There we go. Thank you very much for being the first super chat of the evening. I hope you're doing very well. Start of the weekend. It's the anniversary choreography. Well, there you go, Emil. He's told us what it's all about. But, as I was saying, yeah, interesting. Goats playing for Frankfurt as well. I've mentioned Larsson, keep an eye out for number 16. Duan, number 20. Very good player out on the right-hand side, Japanese international. We've mentioned Brown as well. But, yeah, Kerfeld as well, plays in the centre-back of a midfield of a 3 for Union Berlin. I think he's only about 19. I think he plays for Austria. I think he's... I think that's right. And Trimmel, their captain, number 28, who I think is 38. If I remember correctly, I think he drives Harley Davidsons and he's a rocker or something like that. So, yeah, exciting tonight. Hopefully we're going to get some goals. That's what I want when it comes to the Bundesliga Friday night games. They're still under the flags. I mean, you can't see anything. You can't see anything. Interesting title race now, you know. Bayern Munich haven't won in their last 2. They've lost 1 and drawn 1. And Dortmund have won their last 4. So the gap between Dortmund and Bayern is actually 6 points at the moment. So Bayern were running away from it, but they've had a little bit of a drop-off. And hold on. Could be a bit of something going on here for Union Berlin. Rubbish cross, though. And they're looking for a foul on Ansa in the middle. Just to let you know where both these teams are, they're not mid-table. They're in the sort of higher top table, mid-table. You've got Union Berlin, who are 9th on 25 points, and we've got Frankfurt, who are 7th on 28 points. But they're 7 points away from the top 6, and they are 8 points away from the top 5. So... it's expected that Bundesliga will probably get 5 spots in the Champions League, but Frankfurt, there we go, they're out now. Look at them, they're having a great time. You can't choreograph this in the Premier League. You can't even choreograph a protest in the Premier League. I mean, this puts Premier League crowds to shame, doesn't it? I mean, at United, you can't even get everyone to turn up for a protest before a game. And look at them, they've all turned up in red and white, and they've had a big flag over their head for 5 minutes. I mean... just goes to show you what can happen if you've got fan ownership. People actually buy into it and do stuff together. That'd never happen at Old Trafford. Everybody turn up in a red top. Guarantee you, half the ground would turn up in blue. Fantastic. Absolutely lovely stuff. The organisation is incredible. The atmosphere is incredible. Yeah, it's been a pleasure doing these on a Friday night. I'm doing good, Abdullah. I hope you're doing well. And hopefully we're going to get some goals tonight. We have actually got Dortmund next Friday. If I go back to matches, next Friday at 7:30, we've got Dortmund at home to Mainz. I think it's the first time we've done a Dortmund game live on That's Football where it's been in Dortmund. I think we've had 2 Dortmund games so far away from home, so that'll be good. And Bayern go to Werder Bremen, and they've got Hoffenheim on Sunday, which could be interesting. So, look, I think Bayern will win the league, but 6-point gap isn't what it was, is it? So, starting to get a little bit interesting. Is there a flood where you live, says Vida? I mean, the rain's a joke. The rain's an absolute joke, pal. I'm not even messing. It's ridiculous. My garden, if you watched Going for Goldbridge today, I was in the garden. And it never gets, like, waterlogged. It's like puddles on top of the grass. It's mad. That's so much rain. That is incredible to see, though, isn't it? Absolutely everybody in red, and then behind the goal, absolutely everybody in white. Paul says as well, did you know that 75% of their stadium is only standing and no seats? Talking of which, can you cook a cheesecake? That's a great idea. That is a great idea. A cheesecake would be good, because I actually am very good at cheesecakes. Any other players to keep an eye on for... I like... I can't remember how you pronounce his name. Number 39 for... Look, I like Kemline, the number 6, young player. I like Querfeld, the centre of the centre-backs for Union Berlin. And Anser, number 10. Those 3 are young players to keep an eye on. More experienced players. Cohn, number 39. I think he's always quite decent. Duque, the number 5 at centre-back, is good as well. I like Union Berlin. I mean, I love the atmosphere, and I like Union Berlin. I would love to have gone and watched the game there. I mean, we're still planning to do it before the end of the season. But it's sort of take your pick where you go, isn't it? I mean, I'd like to go to Frankfurt, I'd like to go to Hamburg, I'd like to go to Dortmund, and I'd like to go to Berlin. I'd like to go to Cologne as well. It's too much to choose from. So yeah, I mean, who do I want to win in this game? I mean, I do like Frankfurt, so I'm not. I mean, here we go again. Look at this. This is. I mean, to forget the football. Look at that. Imagine playing and seeing that. I just love it. It's incredible. Their stadiums are incredible. It is absolutely bloody incredible. This is going to get called off. I've just realised this. There's going to be smoke everywhere. This is definitely going to get called off. Yeah. 100%. Now, it does look incredible, but this is about to be 5 minutes of conversation about something else. Look, you can't even see the right wing. This is going to... He stopped it, look. Yeah. How long is it going to stop for? I mean, I must admit, I was getting excited. It did look really good. However... Yeah, they do it on purpose, Lynn. It was great. It's not on fire, it's just the smoke from the flares. I mean, it does look good. It's like that iconic picture, isn't it? Was it Inter Milan and AC Milan? Who were the 2 players? Remember? There was an AC Milan and an Inter Milan player stood next to each other. I feel like it was Rui Costa, and there's an amazing picture, and I can't remember who was in it. Yeah, I mean, it won't be long. It'll just be about 5 minutes. Yeah, I feel like it was Rui Costa and somebody else. Maybe he was on his own. I don't know. Materazzi. There we go. Maldini. Oh, no, it was Maldini and Materazzi. There we go. Oh, no, Steve says it was Materazzi and Rui Costa. Well, there's only one way to find out. We're all doing it. Yeah. Oh, don't you just love it when your brain helps you? It was Rui Costa in a AC Milan kit and Materazzi in an Inter kit, and he's got his arm on Rui Costa's shoulder, and they're looking at smoke and flares from the ground. I love it when your brain works like that. I mean, it's such an iconic picture as well. It wasn't Tim Sherwood and David Batty. It was Beppe and Djemba Djemba. Super Conkers, thanks for your super chat, by the way. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you share the video. Live footage here of Union Berlin against Eintracht Frankfurt. The crowd have been incredible in this first 10 minutes. We had a very good flair show. However, they're trying to waft it with the flags now, look. We'll be back in a moment, but I just got to wait for the smoke to clear. Could do it on them big fans. This does happen quite a lot. Yeah. Hazel Irvine is doing the commentary for the Winter Olympics. I might watch a bit of that later. It's almost, you know, if you know, you know. Yeah. Well, another reason I was a little bit late as well is because, and this is the truth, why I was really late. The technical thing did cost me a couple of minutes, but I would have been ready for the technical thing if I wasn't doing something else for 5 minutes. So basically, it's the Super Bowl on Sunday night. Now, if you go to bed early on a Sunday night, that's absolutely fine. But if you're going to be around at about 11 o'clock, tune in for our Super Bowl watch along. We do it every year. You don't even have to like NFL, but I probably will convert you. It's the Patriots against the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. I love it. I love it. It's brilliant. And anyway, I've got a load of American sweets and a load of American crisps. But I got 2 big bags of Cheetos, which I do like, but I thought I'd ordered Cheetos cheese flavour. I ordered super hot Cheetos, and you can't really get them in this country, and they've got like red powder on top of them. So I was a bit peckish, and I was going to have a bowl for the stream, but then I realised Super Bowl stream's fine, people know I'm going to eat, but it is quite irritating to listen to somebody eat crisps. So I was just downing them, and then I looked at my hands, and they had like this red additive stuff all over my hands. So I wiped them, and then I realised, what about my mouth? And it took about 3 wet wipes to just get it clean. But they were nice. They were nice. So they'll be making that. I've got so many chocolates and so many sweets and so many drinks. I think I'm about to have my 2026 allocation on Sunday night, but we'll be live for that. So the weekend looks like this. We've got 12:30 tomorrow. We're on United Stand for the Man United Spurs game. Then we're on here at 3 o'clock because there's some really good 3 o'clocks. Burnley West Ham is arguably the biggest, but really Sunderland against Arsenal, Chelsea against Wolves, and Bournemouth against Villa are 3 big 3 o'clock games. Then Sunday we're back here for Liverpool against Man City, and then the Super Bowl late on Sunday night. So that's your weekend, and then next week it's midweek games as well. So lots and lots of watch-alongs on That's Football, so make sure you subscribe. If you're enjoying the Bundesliga with us, we've probably got about a 10-minute delay here because they let off a load of flares. So it was beautiful, it was amazing, and they do it well. I'm tempted to say nobody does it better, but there are some good atmospheres around Europe and South America. But they definitely do it better than the Premier League. It's incredible. And we had a very, very good spectacle, but it caused a lot of smoke. As they say, there's no smoke without fire, and they're just waiting for it to clear now, which it will do in a minute. But if you're loving the Bundesliga, you can also watch Borussia Mönchengladbach against Bayer Leverkusen tomorrow at 5:30. That's on Sky Sports. And then on Sunday at 2:30, you can watch Cologne play Leipzig on Amazon Prime Video. And if you want to watch Bayern Munich against Hoffenheim at 4:30, that's also on Amazon Prime Video. So check it out. Could be a very interesting weekend. As I say, Dortmund go to Wolfsburg, I think, tomorrow. So if they win there, that'll be good. Just finished the night, manager. If anyone's in, they'll be starting in a minute. Come on, ref. It's Union Berlin's 60th birthday. That's why they're doing the celebrations, Robert. And he's ready to go here, the ref. Did you do your A-levels? No. Thanks, everyone, for watching Going for Goldbridge, by the way. It's been an interesting start to the year. I've done an episode of driving with Goldbridge, I've done an episode of cooking with Goldbridge, and I've done an episode of going for Goldbridge. I've enjoyed it as well. So thanks everybody who's been watching it. I don't know what I'm going to settle on as a series. As I said, one of them is going to win out, and we'll do 6 in a row. But it's been nice. I don't know which one to go for. I really don't. What's your Leeds Forest predictions? Well, we do Premier League predictions on this channel, and I went with Leeds, and Robbie went with a draw. Just go with bloody Robbie. He's winding me up. He says I've already got the kit. What's your size? I've already got the date that you're going to be wearing the Arsenal kit outside the Emirates, because that's the forfeit. If I win, he has to wear a Man United kit outside the Old Trafford, and if he wins, I have to go and wear an Arsenal kit outside the Emirates. Jammy. He's jammy, that guy. He's a lot older than me, though. He's got more experience. And Robbie's old enough to be my dad. He's like 69. No, that sounded wrong. I'm happy, but acting like this carry on at football is acceptable. You're only lying to yourself, says C2. Oh, mate, I don't mind it. We're two bloody health and safety idiots in the Premier League. You can't stand up. You can't let a flare off. You can't have a drink. You can't bring flags in. It's ridiculous. Hello says the forfeit should have been attending a game in the kit and not just being outside the stadium. Mate, it was hard enough to get Robbie to... I was like, you've got to have Jeopardy. Premier League predictions, you know, your United Stand's the biggest fan channel. AFTV is the biggest fan channel for Arsenal. We've got to have Jeopardy. It can't be the loser buys each other a pint. We've got to do something that's, like, noteworthy. I said full kit. Robbie was like, no, not with my legs. And I was like, oh, well, let's just do a top then. So there's no way it was going to be anything more than that. Definitely cooking with Goldbridge, says Bo Selector. I want to do a cheesecake. Where's my pen? Cheesecake sounds like a great idea. I've got to do a live cooking with Goldbridge anyway. What NFL team do you support, says Rhea? Well, Dallas Cowboys was sort of forced upon me by my grandparents bringing me back a Cowboys NFL top when they went in the early 90s. But having watched the NFL a lot over the last few years, I like Josh Allen as a quarterback, and I like the Bills. So, but I can watch any. I enjoy it. Like, loads of people say to me it's dead boring. My daughter thinks it's boring. My wife thinks it's boring. But I really like it. I want the Patriots to win because they've got a good young quarterback, Brady, sort of stuff. So, you know. Favourite cheesecake? I actually like one with some fruit on the top, like strawberry or raspberry or blueberry or blackcurrant. Obviously, I'm going to the pub tomorrow and they do a lovely white chocolate cheesecake. In me belly. Good interception. Anyway, we need a goal here. Union Billing on the attack. Get the shot off. Kem line. Oh, imagine if he'd scored. I wouldn't have shut up saying, I told you. He's the player to watch. What was for tea, Mark, says Mr. Al-Shabari? I had a lovely chicken breast from the butcher's, which is always better. And then I had like a tomato salad and sweet potato fries and some coleslaw. It was actually very nice, yeah. Do you have any future goals for your channel, Mark, says Ethan? Which channel, mate? I need to know which channel you mean. Yeah, it depends which channel. I mean, I've got some plans for this channel and United Stand. My channel's very different. Goldbridge has got his pyjamas on. Mate, I love putting my pyjamas on for the 8 o'clock shows. To be fair, I'll be honest, I had a shower. Union Berlin look the better side here, although, come on, let's have a bit of a break. Talking about breaks, big break, John Virgo, rest in peace. Classic Saturday night TV. That's Larson, good player. I think Larson's I don't know where he's gonna end up, Larson, but he'll end up somewhere. 16 for Frankfurt. Roy Keane's number. He's a tidy player. Likes to tackle, good passer. I wonder if he wears 16 because he'd be too young for Roy Keane, wouldn't he? He's about 20, Larson, so 20 years ago he would be, yeah, he wouldn't have seen Roy Keane. Cloudy Milk says, open game so far, could go either way. Yeah, it just needs an early goal. There he is, Larson again. See, it reminds me of someone, Larson. The way he moves, who does he remind me of? James Ward-Prowse, no. I think who he reminds me of. He reminds me of somebody, the way he moves around and just knocks the ball away. And I'm famed for my aim, so you better believe I'm right. I'm gonna be snookering you tonight. Steve, I used to love it. Big break. Hello, hello. Noel's house party. Used to love Saturday night. And then Casualty had come on and it depressed me. As I was saying, I was talking about it on Going for Goldbridge, hypochondriacs. I am a little bit like that. So Casualty is like, if you're a bit of a hypochondriac, Casualty is the worst programme to watch in the world. Lovely play by Frankfurt. Remember that goal they scored against Liverpool in the autumn? It was really good. They can knock it about nicely. They've just had a bit of a funny season. Ian says Spurs second half against City's got me worried. I'm quite relaxed. Larson reminds me a bit of Conor Gallagher. I don't think that's who I was thinking about, Sam, but you might not be wrong. Darren Fletcher, that's who it is. He reminds me of Darren Fletcher. He's really like Darren Fletcher. If anyone remembers Darren Fletcher playing for Man United, you'll know what I mean. He's really like Fletcher, the way he runs, the way he passes. Yeah, he is. That's who it is. Lovely ball over the top. Keeper does well. Yeah, Frankfurt have got a few injuries. Uzan, the young Turkish attacker, he's injured. I can't believe he's getting booked for that. Kalimendu. Is he the guy who's on loan from Forest? I think he is. Yeah, he is. He's on loan from Forest, he is. Uzan's injured. Burkhardt's injured. Batshuayi's injured. I don't know where Bahoya is. Did they get rid of Bahoya? I don't think he's on the bench today. Dawood's on... Oh no, Bahoya's on the bench, number 19. Yeah. Goldbridge and his Bundesliga knowledge. I really have learned so much this season. Apocalypse says, I'm off to the Theatre of Dreams tomorrow to watch us slap Tottenham. You know what? If you're actually going to the game, I think a 12:30 kickoff's great. Get up early, get there, watch the game, come back, you still get an evening. Yeah, they've got a new manager at Frankfurt. I don't really know much about him. If someone at Mr. El Shamuri will. I'm paying for my aim song. Thanks for your super chat, Bull Selector 10. He says definitely do cooking with Goldbridge, Mark. I'm not writing that down. I need to sort the tiles out behind my bloody kitchen. I can't find. I've had about 10 different samples of tiles and I can't find the right shade. So we still haven't got the splashback. I'll tell you what worries me about this game a little bit. It's quite open, but what was that game we watched a couple of weeks ago where the quality in the final third just couldn't do anything against two defences that are playing three at the back? You need a goal. Mr. Al Shamari says, listen to the crowd, absolutely electric. Yeah, very good. We've got nearly 2,500 legends watching. Please do share the video, get involved. I don't know next season whether we'll have Bundesliga. I mean, it's been a privilege to have it this year, so... Oh, put the cross in there. Alimandu, but no one was there. So, yeah, I mean, I've loved having it, and it would be great to have it again next year. So share the video if you enjoy it. I think it's just a great little cult group we have on a Friday night to start the weekend off. He did quite well there, but I don't know why I didn't cut it back. Typical striker. Lovely ball by Rasmus's brother. I've got to call him by his name, Hoyland. Yeah, that's a typical striker's cross. Blast it. So, 28 minutes gone, minus 10 for the smoke. Disabled Patriot says, we're going to riot next season if there's no Bundesliga with the Goldbridge Bundesliga Ultras. Well, if we don't get it next year, we'll just go to a game, about 1,000 of us, with a big massive flag and set some flares off and call ourselves the Goldbridge Ultras. We'll go to one game a month and we'll meet up in each Hamburg, Frankfurt, Cologne, and we'll just go to a game and, yeah. Steve says, I love it. Great Friday night ritual. The new manager used to play for Liverpool. Give me a name. Give me a name, because that's not something I'm aware of. So I know they changed their manager, but I don't know who it is. Do you think Oliver Burke should get a recall to the Scotland national team? Burke can be incredible at times, and he scores some incredibly lovely goals, says Michael. Well, I wouldn't have thought that. Frankfurt are on the attack here. I wouldn't have thought that Scotland would have a huge abundance of players. So, I mean, I presume he's injured at the moment because he's not actually on the bench. They've got number 23, Illich, who I think he's quite good and has played in the past. But yeah, I think Oliver Burke might be injured. But I wouldn't have thought Scotland have had a huge abundance of a talent, so I don't know why Oliver Burke wouldn't be going. Yeah. Jonesy's just gifted a membership. You're a legend, Jonesy. I wonder if I can gift any memberships. Sometimes it lets me. Oh, you're in luck. This is why you should watch the Bundesliga stream. That's Football's just gifted 5 memberships. There you go. 5 have you got your badge in. Luke, Apocalypse, Simon Story. Well done. I've got another 5 to give in a bit. Thank you very much. Albert Riera, Frankfurt boss. I can't remember him at Liverpool. Fraser says, I love your videos. Thanks, pal. I'm not being rude. I'm just seeing how well cooking my Goldbridge videos do. Bloody hell, it's doing well. So well, that's solid. It's nearly the same as driving the Goldbridge last week, which I didn't think going for Goldbridge would compete with driving the Goldbridge. So that's a very good start. Thank you for everybody. Love that. Who could win the Bundesliga, Ethan? Well, it should be Bayern Munich. However, they have dropped points in their last 2 games, so it's a 6-point gap. And I believe Bayern have got to go to Dortmund as well. It's a good tackle, that, by Larson. Or as I call him, Darren Fletcher. Corner to Frankfurt. They're good on corners. Straight into the keeper's arms. I've jinxed them. Woman jinxed them. Tyler says, have you seen any players in the Bundesliga that would be a good fit for United? Look, Collins has been linked to us at left back, plays for Frankfurt. Larsson's a player I like, plays for Frankfurt in the midfield, number 16. Obviously, Diamonde at Leipzig's been linked to us as well. I like Nusa at Dortmund. I mean, I'd love Elise, Harry Kane. Bayern I treat separately though. I actually think, I mean, it's not this season, but I actually think Ilias Ansa up front for Union Berlin is going to be somebody to keep an eye on in the future as well. Schlotterbeck at Dortmund is a very good defender. I'm trying to think of ones that people will know. Stuttgart Stiller, obviously. There are a few midfielders that might end up being good enough. It'd be interesting. I don't know what anybody, I mean, look, we had a lot of players coming into the Premier League from the Bundesliga last year. And I don't know whether that's going to happen this year because I don't know what type of oh, lovely interception here. You've got to move it though. They're good defensively. This is the thing. Union Berlin are good defensively. But because of the World Cup, which is going to be great, I don't know. Frankfurt on the attack again. You feel like they might score. Good play. Cross comes in. No one's on the back post. I just don't know how much it's going to impact the transfer window, the World Cup. Goals against. Frankfurt have conceded more goals than anybody in the league. It's mad. Even Heidenheim haven't conceded more goals than Frankfurt. 45 goals Frankfurt have conceded. So they don't do clean sheets, basically. We shouldn't be getting a Frankfurt clean sheet. That would be incredible. But they've also scored 40 goals. So that puts them in the top 4 for goals scored. So Frankfurt should not be doing a 0-0. Absolutely not. Union Berlin are quite low goal scorers. But Frankfurt aren't. Yes, Josh, Super Bowl on Sunday. One of my favourite streams of the year. Can't wait. I love it. I've got some toxic waste sweets as well. I love doing the Super Bowl. I love it. Bit of knowledge here. Light Through Chaos says Eintracht Frankfurt is abbreviated as SGE because it stands for Sport Gemeinde Eintracht. There we go. Ooh, ref's not happy about this. He's not happy about this. What's he gonna do? Cock's not happy. He's telling him to get away. He's ignoring Cock, the ref. He's going for his card. And it's a yellow. Is it a yellow? Yeah. Nothing more. We need to see a replay on this. Yellow card. It's on answer. That's about right, isn't it? A yellow? I mean, he has hurt him, but I think he's committed to the tackle. Hoyland and a free kick. Who's winning the Super Bowl, Mark? I think the Seahawks will win it, but I want the Patriots to win it. So a bit of an underdog story. Yeah. Nathan says not that many viewers. Yeah, we're restricted to UK and Ireland, mate. So we're only putting this video out to about 40% of our actual audience. So actually, the views are very good. I didn't know you played for Frankfurt, Mark. So CF26. Good cross. Keeper's an absolute danger in the air for Frankfurt. He's a good goalkeeper, but he's terrible on crosses. Santos. It's a decent cross again. He's caught. I tell you what, he's shut me up there. He's absolutely sat me down. It's almost like he heard it, because that's a great collection by Santos. You've shut me up there. That was actually very good. Look at that for a catch. Takes it high. Agile like a cat. Santos. That wasn't great there. So don't be fooled by the time. We're not 8 minutes away from half time, because we had about 10 minutes of smoke. So we will be playing for about another 15 minutes here. See that United have been linked to Anthony Gordon. That was quite weird. Mark, do you think they call it a clean sheet because the team shit the bed when they concede, says Freed? No, I don't think that's what it was about, if I'm being honest. Rip says, what do you think about Can Uzan? He's a very good player. Had an amazing start to the season. But as with anything with younger players, it's about doing it consistently, isn't it? Deco says, I'm a Dortmund fan, donated years ago to talk about the Bundesliga, and now look, full circle. Looking forward to Wolfsburg Dortmund tomorrow. I hope you win, Dec, because we want a bit of a title race, don't we? And Dortmund look like the best placed team to do it. Very competitive Bundesliga this year, though. Beyond Bayern, it's very competitive. And even then, they've only got a 6-point lead. Here we go. He's going to shoot from distance, and it was brave by, I think it was Goetz. Yeah, no, Chaby. Wasn't Goetz. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's incredible, mate, as well. I mean, look, I remember starting this community off. I did the United stand, and I thought, you know what, I do watch a bit of other football. I can't really do watch-alongs for Liverpool versus Arsenal on United stand, so I'll start a general football channel. And here we are a few years later, got live football TV rights for one of the biggest leagues in the world. It's incredible, and it's a testament to the community. So, and hopefully, I like to do something big every year. We're working on something very exciting. So, there's components of this channel that I really do like, but I think there's room for other things. So there's about 3 or 4 things I'd like to do on this channel by the end of the year, so let's see. Well, we've got a corner to Union Berlin here. Lesty says that the atmosphere in the German league is amazing. I mean, this is one of the better. I think Berlin have got one of the better grounds for atmosphere. Quite a small ground. But somebody said, who's got the better fans, Premier League or Bundesliga? Oh, that should have gone in. That would have been a thing of beauty. It's one of those where it's straight down the middle, isn't it? I would tell you what, if this had gone in, I would have took my top off and ran down the road in the rain. Look at this. Oh, if that's 2 metres either way, he isn't saving that. And it's Chemline as well. Oh, I'd have retired off that. If Chemline had scored that, I'd have just gone, that's the player I said to keep an eye on. He's only 20, I think. Midfielder for Union Berlin. And if that had gone in, it's like, remember before Christmas, was it? I think it was a Frankfurt defender. I think it might have been Collins. He smashed, I think he hit the bar from about 40 yards out. We've been that close now. Twice now we've been close to seeing a worldie live. But yeah, look, the Bundesliga fans are better than the Premier League. It's not even the Premier League fans' fault. Like, they have more freedom. They own... I mean, look, I don't think there's a Premier League fan out there that would try and compete with Bundesliga fans. Why would you? Most of them partially own their club. They're allowed to stand. They're allowed to drink. They're allowed to fly flags. And they're allowed to do flares. So, of course, it's way better than the Premier League atmospheres. Would have been a worldie, says Mr. Al-Shamiri. It would. Oh, go on. Oh, again. Answer. I tell you what, if he'd got that right, it would have been a very good goal. Koch in trouble. See what I mean about Frankfurt's defence? Look, it's a simple ball over the top. He makes a mistake. And he's gone for that first time. I tell you what, I probably would have scored that. You can see what he's I can see what he's trying to do, because I probably would have done it, but he's a young lad. He's got a lot to learn. Coffee says also extremely rare that there are issues in the stands at German games, so I don't know why the Premier League don't allow stuff like flares and standing. People do it away games anyway. Koch played for Leeds. Yes, I think he did. Zaj says, what do you prefer, coffee or tea? I do like these sort of questions when I'm watching a game. I don't really drink much coffee anymore. I used to have a coffee in the morning, but I've gone right off it. I do drink tea more, but I try to limit to 2 or 3 a day. I don't know why. I don't think it's particularly bad for you to have a cup of tea. Go on, switch it. Lovely ball. Now cross it. No, he's gone wide. Interesting. I would have put the cross in there. That's Kadira's brother, isn't it? Number 8. He's giving a goal kick. Frankfurt Friday, says the Cop NTV. Hope you're doing well, mate. Phil Foden's wrist shake says that I even know what it is. That's a Phil Foden wrist shake, isn't it? He says Neymar's going to cook at the World Cup, proving the haters wrong. Is he? I didn't even know he was going to the World Cup. Would you change the biscuit you eat if you have a coffee or a tea? I don't necessarily have a biscuit with every cup of tea I have, but no, I'd still dip a hobnob in it. Do you think England will get far in the World Cup? I think we're going to win it, mate. I've got this vision that I'm going to get an offer to fly out to New York for the World Cup final. And I love England, and I love New York, and I love the World Cup. And I'm sort of like, how could you say no? I got offered numerous tickets for the Euros final when we played Italy at Wembley. And it was probably one of the biggest decisions, because we were doing lots of watch-alongs on That's Football. And the England ones were always the best. And I was like, do I go and sit in a stadium and watch this, or do I stick with what we've been doing all through the tournament? And I decided to stick with what we did all through the tournament, and they lost anyway. Well, I wasn't happy at the time. But I don't know, New York to go and watch England win the World Cup. I don't know. It'd be great if you could just take your phone and do it. Got 7 minutes added on here now because of the smoke. Final was in New Jersey. I thought it was at the MetLife. I don't regret not going, no, Kian. That was the final where loads of people broke in, people got robbed, beat up. Didn't what's his name? Lando Norris get his watch nicked off him. MetLife is actually in New Jersey, so yes, it's PM maybe. The reason I think England have got a chance is very Bundesliga centric. I think that the way Tuchel, German, has Harry Kane as the focal point of the team, and they're using the pace of everybody around him, I think it makes us very dangerous. Philem Doyle, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for getting your badge in. I'm just about to gift another 5 memberships at half time, by the way, so crowd's amazing, says Anonymous NT. Thank you, pal. Rui Costa and Materazzi. Who would have thought we would be talking about that picture? But we had a great picture in the first half. It was amazing. We might have a half-time 0-0 here, which is very surprising with Frankfurt, who score a load of goals and concede a load of goals. Sorry, I lost the live chat there. EA ever reached out to you, Mark? Says who loves? Well, I did some stuff with EA in the summer, didn't I? Scored a bloody good goal in that launch night. And yeah, we've done some Player of the Year stuff and everything like that. I need to get back playing. I didn't stop for any other reason other than bandwidth. I want to finish my season. Corner, Union Berlin. Goats looks like Gary Barlow, says DJ Talks LFC. Reese says it would be great if Union Berlin snatched this from Frankfurt. And Nikal says, remember, Mark, they've got a new manager at Frankfurt. I doubt they'll concede like they did before. Good point. Six Nations predictions. I couldn't believe it when I turned the telly on last night and France were playing Ireland. I was like, what's going on? I actually said, what's going on? And no one else was in the room, so I wouldn't have got an answer. I was like, why are they playing on a Thursday night? Anyway, corner here, Union Berlin. That's a good corner. Headed away, edge of the box, header. And that'll be a free kick. Yeah, France beat Ireland in France 36-14, and the other two games are taking place on tomorrow. Italy, Scotland and England, Wales. But I don't know why they played on a Thursday. You would have thought they'd launch it on a Friday night. What game show would you like to go on when you were younger, Mark? Supermarket Sweep, Strike It Lucky or Crystal Maze? Supermarket Sweep, I used to love that. As an older person, I'd probably do Crystal Maze, but when I was younger, I used to love Supermarket Sweep. You know what I liked? I used to watch Supermarket Sweep when I was like 12. And you know they'd go for the big value items. I always just think I'd run to the sweets aisle and just get loads of sweets. My favourite game show, Question of Sport. Not the bloody Sue, what's her name, one with Tufnell and Matt Dawson. I'm talking David Coleman, Emlyn Hughes, Bill Beaumont. Used to love that. I like Telly Addicts as well. That was good. The best quiz show bar none and it was a kids one. Funhouse. Funhouse was the one I wanted to go on. Funhouse was great. They don't make shows like that anymore. Or Nightmare. Krypton Factor. Oh, that was great. I still watch them. You can watch them all on YouTube, which you're on YouTube now. How are Hoffenheim third, says Oddity. Well, they're playing Bayern on Sunday. They're doing very, very well. I'll admit, I've watched Hoffenheim a couple of times on a Friday night and been disappointed with them, but they're doing really well. Good defending there. Get ready for half-time, because they always show some good goals. Well, that's about it. Ref, just blow the whistle. We'll see some goals at half-time, thanks. United 3, Tottenham 1 tomorrow, Darren. Go on, whip it in. That's not bad. No one's going to get on the end of it, though. It's half time. Well done. Here's a tough question. You can end world hunger, but Garnacho has to return to Man United and has to start every game for the next 5 years. This is biggest ball knowledge. I love these hypotheticals. It's like saying you can cure cancer, but Garnacho comes back and plays for Man United. Well, of course, I'm going to solve food hunger, or whatever it was you said. It's not a tough question at all. It's easy. Half time here. Somebody just said, why isn't there any more videos of all the goals, says DJ. Yes, well, we used to do a weekly highlight show, which I really, really enjoyed doing. However, it used to get like 4,000 views, and it was a big edit, and it took about 4 hours to do it all. So we were like, why is it only getting 4,000 views? And the problem is because other YouTube channels put the goals out very quickly after the games, and we weren't allowed to put them out until middle of the week. So it sort of became sort of irrelevant to do it because you could watch them elsewhere very quickly. Long throw is now, I think Manik is just giving us the address for the MetLife Stadium. They're still arguing about that. I think we've accepted it's in New Jersey, mate. No worries. No worries. No worries. Bradley Walsh or Ben Shepherd. Let's talk about football. What's your thoughts on Pep moaning about having to play at Wembley? He's moaning about everything, isn't he? He's moaning about Gahey not being able to play in the final as well. Can't wait for the summer, Mark, says Kyle. Look, I'm not a big fan of international football. I'm not a fan of international breaks because I think it distracts me from what I really want to watch. But I think they've done quite a good thing with the international breaks next year. We've got 2 instead of 3, which I think is a real positive before Christmas. And I'm always a big fan of the Euros and the World Cup. So I'm old enough. There are benefits of watching USA 94. That was a great shot by Chemline. And it was fantastic. And I'm very excited about what they're going to do in the States, in Canada and Mexico. I'm not particularly happy about how big the tournament is. One of my favourite ever tournaments was 2008 Euros, where they had 16 teams in it, 4 groups of 4. England weren't even in it, and every group was amazing. I want to see good games. I don't want to see crappy nations against good nations stat padding. But once we get through that stage, and we'll all be excited by the group stage, everybody is, it'll be good. Robbie says the World Cup final is in the MetLife Stadium in New York. Oh, you've done it. You've done it. Hello says, why is it that the highlight show was restricted for the UK? I understand the live match, but the goal from the highlight show are shown everywhere anyway. That plays a role in views as well. I don't know. We're restricted to UK and Ireland for everything we do. That was the deal we did, and we're very proud of it. You know, we're very, very proud of it. We were offered other TV rights as well, and this was the league we wanted to do it with. So yeah. I worry there's a major incident waiting to happen at the World Cup, says Goldbridge. You're one of those worriers, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. Does Bruno need to assist one more to make it 100? And if he does, do you think it will be a special one, Darren? I don't think so. I don't think it matters whether it's special. I missed Carefeld's goal now. Here it is. This was... he's young here. Look at this. Bloody hell, look at that. That's a cracking goal, isn't it? That is a good goal, that. Look at that. Wow. That's just amazing. That's a banger, says Relax. Oh, I'm just going to give 5 memberships, by the way. I did say I'd do that. 5 in the first half, 5 at half time. There we go. Thanks, everyone. Would you change the English national anthem, says Josh. He's done it again. Is that Carefeld again? No, Friedrich. Oh, we're looking at the best Union Berlin goals here. Good. Yeah. That must be COVID. Remember COVID, babe? Oh, COVID football. Can you remember that? Where you had to sit 2 seats away from people. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the World Cup, is the answer. I'm looking forward to the World Cup, is the Ilias, if you know what I mean. Would I change the English national anthem? I always used to like Jerusalem. Bang! Gentner. That was good. I like it when they show their best goals. That was an absolute banger, that was. Look at that. Oosh. That was a rocket. Even on a slow-mo, he smashes that. Look at that. You can't even see it on a slow-mo. That's an app. I'll tell you what, the trajectory on that. And again. And another one. How many times have they shown us that? Because he hits it so hard. I love Jerusalem, Tom. It's a great song. Number 1, here we go. This better be good. Outside of the foot, left. Look how he hits that. Cuts across it. Oh, come on. Show me from behind as well. No, they've got to have a camera behind. That is... Here it is. Look at the way he hits that. Technique, bend, curl, power. And top corner. Foden hand wrist. Wrist flick. That was good. I do think there might have been better ones. I'm agreeing with Relax Nation. Right, here's Frankfurt's top 5. I like that. I like all-time top 5 goals. I love these. I love doing these. Because I sometimes don't think the number 1 is the number 1. That's good. It's more about the individualism. Andre Silva, whatever happened to him? Portuguese. Was he at AC Milan? Where is he now? It was all about the... it was a good team goal. He's playing for Elche now, says Bukic. Thanks to That's Football for gifting... Oh, that's me, isn't it? I mean, it's good. Where's Sebastian Haller now? He was at Ajax, wasn't he? The type of goal you score in your dreams, says Ian O'Connell. Well, it's a good goal, but it comes from a defensive header. So that I'm taking a point off of that. Good goal.
He delivered it straight to the right boot of Sebastian Aller, and with a magnificent scissor kick volley.
I wanna make you holler. This is old. Yeah, I feel like Union Berlin's goals are better. I mean, Frankfurt just seem to be full of volleys, which are good, but is that Rebrov? Who scored that?
He knocks in a wonderful goal, which is his first of the current season. Let's take another look here. 1-0 for Frankfurt.
Leeds are 2-0 up, by the way. That's good for me. I said Leeds win. That was a good goal. Who scored it? I didn't see the name. Preuss. Preuss. I don't know why I thought it was Rebrov. Number 2. Another volley. Nah, that's not as good as the last one. Jovic. Remember when he was going to be the next big thing? Went to Real Madrid. I remember wanting United to sign Jovic. It's good, but I think the last one was better. Right, what's going to be number 1? It's good. It is good, to be fair. He fell off he was good at Frankfurt, says David, but he fell off at Madrid. One better be good, says watching YouTube. Oh, what? This is not going to be good. JJ Okocha. Wow, legend. Well, I'll allow it. It's against Oliver Kahn, and it's JJ Okocha. Otherwise, I was going to say that's not that good. But JJ Okocha is Strictly Come Dancing goal, says watching YouTube. JJ Okocha is a Prem legend, so I'll give him that. We're dancing. What's all this? Oh no, it's not snowing now.
Oh, yes.
Harry Kane. Harry Kane. Lieutenant Cunha, thank you and welcome to the Members Club. Appreciate that. That was a brilliant goal, to be fair, says Reese. Thank you. How's your back today, Mark? Says Eternal Bossman. It's actually getting a lot better, which tends to be what happens with your back. You don't really tend to wake up and one day it's better. It just gradually gets better. So, yeah, thank you very much. It's definitely better than where I was last weekend and at the start of the week. Just got to do exercises on your core and stuff like that, yeah. Let's murder on the dance floor. Thoughts on Saudi League? Seems to be crumbling lately. More and more players leaving, says Callum. I haven't really paid that much attention to it. I know Ronaldo has been on strike. I think he's missed a couple of games, hasn't he? I don't know. I don't really know what I think about the Saudi League, really. I understand what they're trying to do. There's a World Cup going to be there. They're not going to stop doing it. There's the league table at the moment. But it's very difficult. I don't think it matters whether it's the Saudi League, the MLS, the Chinese League. Even if the Brazilian League got really rich, I think it's very difficult to take away the dominance of the European leagues and the Champions League. And the only way you're going to do that is by spending ridiculous money on players who are basically mercenaries. I mean, what was the name of that striker who went from the French league? Was it Mate, the striker? He's like 20. Apparently, like Man United, Milan were all interested in him, and he's gone to the Saudi league. I mean, I wonder why he's gone to the Saudi league. I mean, I doubt he was there as a 16-year-old going, in 4 years' time, my dream is to go and play in the Saudi league. It'll be money. It'll be money. And like I say, I haven't got a problem with the Saudi league, what they're trying to do, but the only way you can do it is by spending ridiculous money. And look, I don't know anybody who watches it. So, yeah, becomes interesting, doesn't it? One moment, just going to get myself a drink.
So, ganz schnell noch 2 Termine, ganz wichtig, am Sonntag, das ist der 8. Februar, 16 Uhr ist Anstoß hier an der alten Försterei. Unsere Frauen in der Bundesliga gegen Karl Zeiss Jena. Der schönste Lohn für alle, die hier mitgeholfen haben, das Stadion hier zu richten werden. Wenn auch möglichst viele von euch am Sonntag mit dabei sind, wie gesagt, 16 Uhr Anstoß. Karten gibt es natürlich noch und sind im freien Verkauf. Außerdem ist das Fetttreffen des Monats Februar dran. Diesmal ausnahmsweise nicht am Dienstag, sondern am Mittwoch, das ist der 10. 19 Uhr geht's los, wie immer in der Schlosserei. Zu Gast sind diesmal Postheld und Steffen Baumgart. Mittwoch, 19 Uhr, Schlosserei.
Good timing. Nah, perfect timing. Right, let's get some goals. Let's get some goals. Sorry, I was delayed slightly because I got myself a mouthful of nuts on the way past the fridge. Still a bit peckish. So, as I was saying, in the first half, if you want to check out more Bundesliga action, tomorrow at 5:30, we've got on Sky Sports Leverkusen at Mönchengladbach, 5:30 on Sky Sports, and on Sunday at 2:30, Cologne against Leipzig, and then at 4:30, Bayern Munich against Hoffenheim, both those games on Amazon Prime. So that's where you can watch the others. Every Friday night, it's us though, 7:30. We have the Friday night game, live and exclusive on That's Football. And don't forget, Sunday night, Super Bowl. I'm going to convert some of you. It's such a fun stream anyway. It's not really about the Super Bowl, but I'm telling you now, you're missing out on a sport that's actually really good. It's only 4 months as well. They have a massive off-season. So it's only September until early Feb, which is actually 5 months. And I don't really watch the first couple of months anyway. I start watching around Christmas for the playoffs. But I'll talk you through it. It's dead easy. Obviously, if you've got Monday morning work like Sam, it's a bit of a problem, but just do what I do. Take the morning off. I wake up in the morning and I say, Mark, shall I have the morning off? Yes, you can. That's David Brent, isn't it? I was going to say. I'm not in bed with someone else called Mark. Classic David Brent joke. Union Berlin, little dink. Nah. I don't watch basketball. I find that hard to watch because it's just one end to the other, one end to the other. I find that hard. Good questions tonight. Anyway, thank you. We're just waiting for a goal here. Atmosphere's been absolutely incredible. Other games going on tonight. Airdrie are losing to St Mirren in the Scottish Cup. Charlton are 0-0 with QPR. And Connors K Nomads are beating Carnarvon Town in the Kimray Premier, which is Welsh. But no, Leeds are beating Forest 2-0. It's just about to be half-time there. Bogle and Okafor. They were both on the same points in the Prem. But it's a very, very big game. And West Ham Burnley tomorrow is huge as well. 9 clubs in the Chinese Super League already on negative points, even before a ball is kicked, says James. Well, tell us more, James. Tell us more. Baseball, no. Ice hockey, yes. I'd go to a live basketball game. I'd love to go and watch, like, if I was in Chicago, go and watch the Chicago Bulls. I think it'd be a great game to just go and watch it live. I do like ice hockey, but they play too often. They play best of 7, don't they? And they play every 2 days. It's the same with basketball. It's too much of it. American football, 1 game a week. Basketball, hockey. Imagine if Bayern Munich played every two days. It's too much. It's too regular. Ice hockey injuries are the worst. Well, they play ice hockey in the UK, and there was a guy for Nottingham Panthers who died because the skate went across his neck. I don't think the guy who did it got prosecuted, but the thing about ice hockey is that it is quite like violent, isn't it? I do like tennis, Robert, but I only ever watch Wimbledon. Used to love Agassi and basically that was it, Agassi. I don't know, I used to quite like watching like Henman and yeah, that was it. Keenan says, who do you support in the Bundesliga? Well, I do like both of these teams. I like Union Berlin because they've got 3 young players like Anser, Kerfeld and Kemline, who I think are going to be players to watch in the future. And I like Frankfurt, again. They've got players like Larson and Uzan, Collins and Bahoya, who I think are going to be good players in the future as well. So I don't really have a team I support. I'd like to see Cologne and Hamburg stay up. I don't want to see St. Pauli go down. I think if I could choose who was going to go down, I'd say Heidenheim. I don't really have a lot of interest in. And, I mean, I do quite like Mainz, Werder Bremen. It's hard, really. Heidenheim's the team I'd like to see go down. Not being horrible, but I would. Cross into the box. That's a good ball. Here's Con. Crosses. Not good enough. Need a goal in this. He's gone again. Who was that? That might have been... it wasn't Kemline that time. You doing good, Mark? Says Jay. Yeah, I love doing this. Start of the weekend, isn't it? Some good Premier League games. No international break for a while. Although the FA Cup's coming up and Man United aren't in it next weekend. That's worrying me a little bit. Next weekend does feel a little bit like a international break to me. I don't know about anybody else. Although we've got Bundesliga on Friday night, so that makes it good. But FA Cup, I was looking at the games next week and I'm like, Villa, Newcastle at 5:45, I probably do, but they're both so injury depleted. You wonder what managers are going to do what there. And then obviously it's Liverpool, Brighton at 8 o'clock. I don't think I'd do an FA Cup game at 8 o'clock. Arsenal, Wigan on the Sunday. They're all a bit meh, if I'm being honest. I don't want to be horrible, but the FA Cup is starting to turn into an international break. I just don't think it's got... I'm going to say something controversial. I just don't think the FA Cup has got any pull to it at all. It shouldn't be taken up a weekend. They should play it midweek. Even if United win it, I'd feel the same. I just don't think... It's just lost. It's not my fault. I used to love the FA Cup, but it's lost its pull. I don't want to watch FA Cup 5th round or 4th round on a weekend. I want Premier League football. Dortmund next week, Steet. We're in Dortmund next week. So tune in for that. At Dortmund, the first time we've done a game live from Dortmund, so... Robin says, me and my son watch Bundesliga Friday every week. We love it. Great atmosphere. Top footy. It is. It's great. I mean, I don't listen to it because it distracts me, but I try and get it at a good level so you can hear the crowd. Live football with a crowd on a channel that we've built together. It's great. What games are you doing to the weekend? I have said already, Jay, but you might not have been here. So United tomorrow morning. Well, I'll be live at midday. 12:30 kickoff. United against Spurs on the United stand. Straight on to here at 3 o'clock for the 3 o'clocks because there's some big ones. Arsenal, Sunderland, Chelsea go to Wolves and Villa go to Bournemouth. So big games in the title race and the Champions League race. Plus West Ham at Burnley. If Burnley lose that, they're down. And if West Ham lose that, I think they're both down. So big game there. And then Sunday we are Liverpool, Man City. And then Sunday night, Super Bowl. I'm telling you, tune in. It's good fun. And then I think we've got some games in the week, haven't we? Because United are playing West Ham, so I'll be on United stand on Tuesday. But then on Wednesday night, we've got Liverpool at Sunderland. We'll do that. Man City, Fulham, and Villa, Brighton. So there's some good games. And then Thursday, Arsenal go to Brentford. So got some good games next week. Yeah, we'll be here on That's Football. Tune in as always. Actually, I was down in London on Monday. We need a goal here. We do need a goal. Great atmosphere, but one thing I would say about the Bundesliga, right? Atmosphere is good. You normally get loads of goals and the referees let the game flow really well. But I've seen it a couple of times. Some of them play 3-4-3s. And when you get a 3-4-3 against a 3-4-3, they do sort of cancel each other out. We have seen it a couple of times on Friday nights already. That's good. That's lovely play. Come on! Oh, mate, cut it back or score. Højlund. Brilliant build-up play. Look how... This is what Frankfurt can do. Look at this. Lovely ball. Lays it off. If he scores that, that's going to be a great goal. He can't cut it back, really. Oh, it's a shame. It was really good build-up play. But the shot... He is a midfielder. He's not a striker. Mendoza want to watch next NFL season. Number 1 draft, says Boyden. Is he QB, quarterback? Keenan says, Frankfurt's a shout. I'm a Liverpool fan, very happy with what Frankfurt gave us. Thanks for the super chat, pal. Højlund heritage, says LV. Well, he plays midfield, this Højlund. Obviously, Rasmus is at Napoli now, playing up front. I know what I was going to ask you. So I was in London on Monday. and I did a show. I don't get much time to do these sort of things. I always put United Stand and That's Football first, so I very rarely go and do content for other brands or that. But I did, because I liked the brand, I liked the show idea, and I liked the people it was with. So it's coming out next week. I won't tell you who it's with or who the brand is, but you can watch it next week. But it got me thinking. Well, one of the persons was Robbie, and one of the people was Loz, and then there was 3 others. So it was like a top 6, really. Who would you like me to do content with? If you could pick like the dream person from the football industry for me to do content with, who would you like? I'm already doing it with the Don, Phil, so we've already got that. But I'm not saying I can make it happen. Some of you are going to probably say names I can't make it happen, but I might be able to make it happen. Gary Neville. Stunt Peg. I don't see any of her content, Sam. Hugh Wizzy, I've not heard from in ages. Ginger's too busy with his IRL and his Bod Boys. Ricky Gervais would be a dream, Tom. What was that? A long throw-in? It was a rubbish long throw-in. We need a goal here. Duan, lovely cross, but again, this is the problem. I don't think either team is able to break these 3 centre-backs down. Duan, take him on. Lovely play. He's overrun it. David says Roy Keane. Yeah, that would be the dream. True Georgia. Is that? Have you spelt Geordie wrong, or is there actually someone called True Georgia? Big 6 hate Mark. Well, I don't think they do, because Mars asked me to go and do that thing he does, and I'm going to do it, and I'll probably get the most views he's ever had. I like the concept. I said I'll sit down and tell you the truth about the industry, so I don't think he does hate me, mate. Peter Crouch is Elizabeth. I'd go on the Toon review just because I like what they do. I'd go and sit with them and do half an hour. There's something about Toon review. I just like watching it. If ever it's on and I'm not busy, I'll put it on. It's just easy. It's not like they've got amazing graphics or anything like that. I just think it's what fan content should be. It's just appealing. It's a good watch. I do like it. Roy Keane and Gary Neville. Dead easy. Dead easy. Loz, me and Loz used to do stuff, Reese, and we used to do it on a Thursday, but we stopped doing it. It's a good point. Frankfurt are the better team at the moment. They've had about 5 minutes of good possession. I felt Union Berlin might do a little bit more, but get Bahoyer on. That's what I say. Jack, mate. That's a name I've not heard in a very long time. I used to like doing his podcast, but Mr. El Shamari says Union have got 3 draws, 2 losses in the last 5. Frankfurt winless in 5. I think it's going to end 0-0, but I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't want another 0-0 on a Friday. I mean, we have got Dortmund next week, so it wouldn't make... Yeah. Paul Merson. You know what? I've always thought that Paul Merson's a bit of a joke, but that's probably because I don't watch Sky much, and when you see Merson, it tends to be because he's been clipped up. But I haven't watched it all yet, but I watched some of the overlap, and he is like from an era that is. I mean, he was a really good player, Merson. Yes, at Arsenal, but also when he was at Villa, like he was a really good footballer. And I've read his book, a bit like Tony Adams. It's a good book. Do a Rest His Football podcast with Shearer, Richards and Lineker. Lineker hates me. I think it's because I called him out because he's mates with Ed Woodward. basically anyone called Gary does not like the Goldbridge. Might be a G thing. I don't know. Agbonglahor. He only lives around the corner from me. I've seen him on a run before. I think he was running away scared. Clive Palmer from Arsenal Vision Podcast. I know who he is. Yeah, good. He's good, Boyden. Yeah. 3 bands or artists alive, 3 dead. Who are you going to see? Oh, yeah, we have got live Bundesliga rights here, mate. It's not like a bad watch-along. What about Gary? Gary Barlow's a great guy. Seriously, right? I can say this. One of my mates was dying, and well, he's dead now. And he said, "Oh, I know Gary Barlow follows you. Do you think he'd do me a private message?" And I was like, I don't like asking anybody for anything, but this is like a lad from school who's literally like younger than me and is going to die. I thought, oh, I'll ask the question. I didn't say it to him. I mean, he was dying. I didn't go, oh, I'll ask the question like that. I said, yeah, I'll ask the question. But I thought, you know what? I did ask a celebrity once for a little message to my wife because she was a big fan, and they just blanked me. So I'm like, he might not do it. 5 minutes later, I've got the clip, and it was like a minute long. Great guy, Gary Barlow. And he probably wouldn't want me to say that, but I am, because I just thought that was incredible how quickly he replied and actually sent a really nice message. Gotta be a goal! Oh! Headed it straight at the keeper. But now, Frankfurt! Oh, he's not going to get there either. Good question here. You say you don't like Heidenheim, but they've had the same coach since 2007. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about that. I still want them to get relegated. Someone's got to lose. Now it's Union Berlin on the attack. Answer. He's had a quiet game. He's another young player that's sort of had a really good start to the season like Uzen. Go and watch an England game with James Maddison. There's something about James Maddison, and I might be being really unfair, but there's something about James Maddison where I just think, and I'm not going to say it because it's on a Bundesliga live stream and it's not on Going for Goldbridge, but yeah. Which La Liga team do you like the most? It's been a long time since I've been into La Liga. That wasn't that bad. Oh. Sorry, I'll tell you what, I should have shared it on my Instagram. Shall I share it on my Instagram? Right, give me a follow, at Goldbridge Mark. I'll tell you what, this was, I'm going to share this. This was so good. You better give me a follow for this. This was great. I've got to be really careful that I don't get... Let me just turn the volume down. There's this goal celebration. Northampton against Wickham, right? If you're a Star Wars fan, I'm sharing this now. I've just put it on. Right, go to at Goldbridge Mark on Instagram. Give me a follow and then check the story, right? Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, basically, it's Northampton against Wickham, and they score a goal, and it says, "What's R2D2 doing at the Northampton-Wickham game?" Because the celebration of the goal, it just sounds like, it's obviously a normal fan making a noise, but they sound like R2D2. I don't know why that even came into my head there, but it's, check it out on my Instagram, very, very good. Tom Grant says, got to be Sean Dyche, no brainer. He might have banned me from Everton though. I don't care how tough Sean Dyche is. If I find out he was the guy who banned me, I'd just sit there and say, Sean, I don't care. Punch me in the face. I'm not bothered. Some people have listened to it now. Give us a follow on there for that. Brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Start, bench, sell. Dean Norris, Lando Norris or Chuck Norris. I don't know who Dean Norris is, Wamba. Can't beat you and Lawrence McKenna. It's pure comedy. He's like the sidekick puppy dog who jumps in with a witty comment complimenting your cheesy banter, says Nick P. I think me and Loz do work well together. Obviously, I'm not going to take credit for the fact that Brian and Loz did work together for a long time, but me and Brian are very different. I'm more intellectual and witty and funny, whereas he's stronger than me. Are we going to get a goal here? Mr. El Shamari is very good on the Bundesliga, and he said we're not going to get a goal. Can't do more 0-0s on a Friday night. This is not the start to the weekend we need. There'll be so many goals in the Bundesliga this weekend. We need some. Got an injury here. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in, by the way. Nearly 3,000 of you, and hopefully you've enjoyed that Instagram. I put a little clip of me on my Instagram today as well. Thankfully, that never really turned into anything. It was when the Kevin scored for Fulham. Who is that? I swear Loz went mental. He didn't go mental, he just grew his hair long. You're not mental because you grow your hair long. That video I did with Loz, where we were talking about why the kickoff broke up, that's on the Goldbridge channel. That's on the Mark Goldbridge channel. That caused a lot of trouble. That was going to be a series. You know when I had the Goldbridge Arms, I did the podcast with Will. We were also going to use it for a podcast, and Loz was the first guest, and we spoke about why the kickoff broke up. And I had about 6 guests lined up after that, and they were all good. And every one of them pulled out after that. You know what I said? I said, that's the sort of podcast I want to do. Where we ask the real questions. And they all pulled out and went, no, I don't like that sort of conversation and honesty. And I went, what? The truth? So we only ever did one episode of that. Oh no, Robbie. I think Robbie came on and did one, didn't he? I think it was just Robbie and that. I did ask Brian to do it. He wouldn't do it, Jack. I like Brian. I get on with Loz better. I always did. Brian. If I ever do a podcast, I'll tell my story. I'm not going to sit here and do it, but I do like Brian. I don't like some of the people he works with now. Well, one person he works with now, but I do like him, and I did ask him to do it. Because I said, look, I'll give you the platform as well, and he just blanked me. Which is his... No, you don't have to do it. Here we go, Union Berlin. Come on. What are you doing? Good play. Oh, it's the final ball again. What was the game we watched the other week where it was 0-0? Same thing happened. It's these back threes. Oh. What's going on here? Yellow card. $100 million for Elliot Anderson is a joke. Look, when are you recording Branching Out, says Gio? It would be good when I do it. I think we're talking about the March international break. The great thing about things like that is you let everybody else go and have their say about you, but there's always two sides to a story. I actually watched an episode of it a couple of weeks ago where somebody was slagging somebody off, and I know the other side of the story, and I thought the great thing about this is that always take it with a pinch of salt because it's just coming from one person's view. There's always two sides to a story. Lovely play. Oh, you're going to get booked for that. It's a shame Frankfurt were on the break there. Colin gets a yellow card for tripping up. I think have we had any subs in this game? We've got to have had some subs. Brown. I think Brown. I mix up Brown with Collins. Brown is up. No, we're not had any. Oh no, we have. Bahoya's on for Chaby, so that's good. Number 19, and Illich and Berku are on for Union Berlin, and Ansa and Young have gone off. So look, keep an eye out for number 19, Bahoya. I like him. Oh dear, Robbie. Leeds are winning 3-0. I said Leeds win. You said a draw. I think that's one back for me. I'll just put a little tick there. You said draw. I said Leeds win. That's one back. I need the points. Where else can I get a point back? We've both gone United. We've both gone Arsenal. We've both gone Chelsea. We've both gone Bournemouth. We've both gone West Ham. We've both gone Fulham. He's gone for Brentford to get a draw at Newcastle. I've gone Newcastle. I've gone draw Brighton Palace. Oh, I tell you what, there's a few on Sunday. Don't forget, Liverpool Man City Sunday, live watch along here. And don't forget, Super Bowl Sunday night. Very excited about that. Should have done Leeds Forest, says Go Bird Scotland. Yeah, but I don't have live footage for that. I've got live footage for this, and also that game's over. Yes, I am going to do Branching Out. I think it's a really... To be fair, it's exactly the sort of thing I wanted to do. But all my guests pulled out. They didn't like the honesty. Right, we've got 15 minutes to go here. I want a goal. Get the ball to Bahoya, number 19. Arsenal will win tomorrow, YSA. They will. Nice ball. Come on, then. Oh, is he at the post? He's at the post. Con's at the post. Or Cone. (3-1) United tomorrow. Adam, you heard it here first. Keane says, I've got the Monday booked off for Super Bowl. See you on for the live stream. Well, look, you'd never get away with saying this on the radio, but I'm giving everybody the permission to have the day off school on Monday and the day off work on Monday if you watch the Super Bowl with me on Sunday night. You'll love it. It'll be one of your best nights of the year. You'll feel like you're alive because it'll be like 2 o'clock in the morning on a Monday. Everyone's got to go start their week. We'll all be there enjoying the Super Bowl, having a good chat like this. I'm telling you, you've got my permission. Monday off. Tell your wife, your mother, your brother, your husband. Goldbridge says I can have the day off. I won't pay you for it, but it's a bloody good stream. Tune in. I hope it's a close final. I've watched a few like last year where the Eagles were always going to win that. It's becoming a cult classic, the Super Bowl stream on a Sunday night. And I convert loads of people as well. It is like a cult, because I get people into the Super Bowl and they look forward to it every year. Do you think this is going to be a draw? Well, we've still got 15 minutes. I am going to Germany. Nearly went to... I nearly went to Dortmund next week. I nearly went... I can't remember where I nearly went. I nearly went in October to Frankfurt. They were on the attack and I nearly did go to Frankfurt. But then I had to pull out because of... I got really ill in October. I had a bad chest infection and stuff. So as part of this whole TV rights thing, one of the big things was we go and do a game in Germany. So the thinking is now that we go sort of end of the season when there's a game that's got something on it, like maybe a relegation or a title or something like that. Yeah, Buddy says lack of quality in both teams. Look, there's some really good players. The atmospheres are fantastic. You normally get loads of goals. The referees let the game flow. But I have noticed a few times now that sometimes you get 3 centre-backs against 3 centre-backs, and if you don't get an early goal, they can cancel each other out. I'd like to go to Berlin. I've never been to Berlin. I think it's a really good city. I watched Rick Stein do something from Berlin and I thought, I want to go there. And he's old and boring. A bit like me. So I thought, if he can have a good time in Berlin, imagine what I could do. So I would like to go Berlin. It's a bit of a small ground though. I think Bournemouth will beat Villa tomorrow, Gio. I'd like to... Well, I like Villa, but as a United fan, I'm like, pull them into the race. If you could go to any Bundesliga matchup, which would you go to, says Pav? Well, this is what I mean. I think there might be an interesting game whereby, you know, I look at the league table and Leverkusen and Leipzig are 1 point apart between 5th and 6th. Now, if that was with 2 games to go, I think that'd be a great game, because I think Leipzig and Leverkusen are quite close in ability and they'd be basically in a playoff for the Champions League. So I think that a game like that would be quite interesting, or Stuttgart or something like that. I'm not sure, but I mean, I'd love to watch Bayern, but unless it's going to be jeopardy, I'd rather watch something that's got something on it, if you know what I mean. I'm just having a quick look at what they've got towards the end of the season. So their last game week is the 16th of May, And Frankfurt play Stuttgart. Bayern Munich play Cologne. Dortmund play Werder. So there's nothing there. Dortmund, Frankfurt is second last game week. Stuttgart, Leverkusen, second last game week, 9th of May. Something like that would be good. Or third last game week, Leverkusen, Leipzig. I don't know whether Leverkusen have got a good ground though. I think they have. Depends what the Friday night game is though, isn't it? Have you seen the Rashford news? I hate people who say that. Did you see the Rashford news? Tell me the Rashford news. I don't know it. 8 minutes to go here. Look, this has been a great stream. It's a shame we haven't had a goal. But love the Bundesliga live games. Love the atmosphere. Frankfurt have got a lot of attackers out. Burkhardt is their best player. He's been out for a bit. He's not back till the end of Feb. That's a good cross. It's good defending again. What? Bang! Goal! Get in! Absolute banger! There we go. He smashes that with his left foot. Lovely goal. Lovely goal. I'm just seeing if the referee's going to disallow it. I don't think he is. Huge goal. Just smashes it with his left foot. Frankfurt lead here. Brown. Well, this is the guy that, you know... Oh, no, he's all right. This is the guy that United have been linked to. Left wing back. Cross comes in. Somebody did try to do something spectacular here and totally misses it. And then Brown says, yes, bang. Oh, lovely technique. Look at the way he cuts across it. On the volley. Yeah, he completely misses it. Dawood. And Brown goes, oh, lovely goal. I tell you what, that's a lovely goal, that. Look at this from behind. He misses it. Dawood misses it. Look, watch this. Bang. Get in. Outside of the foot. Moving away from the goalkeeper. Yes, please. Look at that. That's a great goal, that is. Ooh. Sign him to United, says Doctor. I mean, look, he is somebody that United are looking at. He's good. I don't know whether United will get him, though. I'm going to tweet it anyway. How old is he? I don't know. He's given a penalty! What's going on? What's going on? Nathaniel Brown he's sending him off as well. 22. It's all going on now. We've been waiting for ages. He's just sent Højlund off. Second yellow card. Penalty. We took 8. Oh. How's that a second yellow? How's that a second yellow? I think it might be a penalty, but I don't really understand why it's a second yellow. That's never a second yellow, is it? I think it's a penalty. I don't think it's a second yellow. I think if you're a referee and you know he's on a yellow card, you don't send him off for that, do you? I ain't got a problem with the penalty. I really haven't got a problem with the penalty, but I think the second yellow is very harsh. I agree with PM. Well, look, legends. Thank you everybody who stayed with us, because we've had a great stream of a conversation anyway. We've had a great atmosphere, and we're now going to end up with maybe 2 goals. We've seen a great goal by Brown. Now we've got a penalty, and there's still time for a winner. So it's the defender who's going to take this. And he's missed. No, he hasn't. Oh, the keeper's a prat. What's he doing? What is he doing? How has he not saved that? He's going to have nightmares about this. Oh, no. He's dived the right way, and he's sort of dived past it. Or has it gone underneath him? They need to slow this down. Oh, my God, it's gone underneath. Oh, I tell you what. That is terrible. That's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. He's got to save that. 1-1, a few minutes to go. Well, excitement at the end. The goal scorer, I think it was, I keep forgetting his name, this is the centre-back. Kerfeld. Yeah. I mean, look, Brown is one to keep in your head. He has been linked to United. Left wing back. Kerfeld is Austrian. He's 22. Have they sent someone off for them now or not? Oh no, he's just given a yellow card. Of course, Frankfurt are down to 10 men. Ridiculously harsh, that. A penalty and going down to 10 men. I always think that's a bad... Look, the officiating in the Bundesliga is better because they let the game flow, but I thought that was wrong. It was a soft penalty, but it was a penalty. But to also give a penalty and send the player off for a second yellow, I think that was harsh. Very, very harsh. I think he's just got a little bit excited there, the ref. Got nearly 3,000 watching tonight. Well, last few minutes are going to be interesting here. Is there a United stand show before the game tomorrow? We're live at about 10:30 with countdown to kick off, so there's no 10 o'clock show, no. I'm live at midday. There's an 8 o'clock show tomorrow night. Obviously got match reaction and all that jazz. Union Berlin could win this, though. They're up against 10 men. But it's Frankfurt on the attack. How long is he going to add? Chance. That was the chance. Union Berlin. And he's missed it. Kadira. It's the keeper again. I don't know. Are we fancying this Frankfurt keeper because he's let a lot of goals in this season and he should have saved the penalty and he's just nearly cost them a goal there as well. I don't know much about this keeper for Frankfurt, but he's only 22 to be fair. 22, so he's quite young for a goalkeeper. Was it Flamengo's youth system? It's Union Berlin. That's going to be a free kick as well. 5 minutes handed on. He's a ball-playing goalkeeper, says Edge. Well, remember Man United fans who wanted to get rid of De Gea for a... I mean, that's one of the fans who did that have to take responsibility for that. I never did. Getting rid of David De Gea for a ball-playing goalkeeper. That's all I heard for 6 months before De Gea left. We need to get rid of De Gea for a ball-playing goalkeeper. How did that work? Fundamentally, a goalkeeper needs to be able to save shots and catch crosses. If he can pass, great. But a ball-playing goalkeeper for David De Gea, I mean, that needs to go in the bin. It wasn't just Beth Fenwick. It was about half. It was about 70% of the fan base. There was a minority that were like, keep De Gea. This is a good free kick position here. Oh no, he hit it well, but keepers had that covered. He did that. He hit that quite. I think the keeper's having a laugh there. You know, he's going like that. I don't think he's got that covered at all. I think I've been fooled by the goalkeeper there. I don't think he had that covered at all. Yeah, letting De Gea go was stupid. Frankfurt down to 10 men. 2 minutes to go. David De Gea was in his peak years as well. He was 31. Stupid. What's your thoughts on Coventry dropping a 10-point lead in 3 weeks? Well, who had Coventry getting promoted in the summer? I mean, you could argue that they've done exceptionally well for 5 months and are now settling down to expectations. Mr. El Shamari did say it'd end up a draw. Well, at least we've got 2 goals, mate. I mean, and I thought this tends to happen with Frankfurt. They can't win games. Might lose a game here. Ooh. Is there time for another chance? We've only got 60 seconds. What NFL team do you support? I don't really support anybody. I like the Bills because I like Josh Allen. I think with NFL it's hard to support a team because basically you're building towards the playoffs and the Super Bowl, aren't you? That's the whole point. Nobody really celebrates winning the league that they're in. So it's all about the Super Bowl. So I just find that I like the Bills, and I'd love them to win it. But you sort of pick your team in the Super Bowl, don't you? So I'm picking the Patriots. Super Bowl watch along, 11:30 Sunday night. You can take Monday off. I've given you permission. It's a great stream. I love it. Who's half-time show for the Super Bowl? Well, I don't know. Bad Bunny, apparently. No idea. Absolutely no idea. Okay. Bad Bunny is a Puerto Rican rapper. I'd love him to just get Coldplay or something like that, or Duran Duran. It's never music I'm into. And there we go, full time, 1-1. We got goals. We got 2 goals. We got a good goal from Frankfurt, and as happens so often in football, you spend 80 minutes getting a goal, and then you concede another one in 80 seconds. It happens so often. The most dangerous time in football is when you've scored a goal. Lovely finish by Brown. Harsh for Højlund to get sent off. And that penalty should have been saved as well. It should have been saved. Don't glory hunt the NFL, says Jamie. I think the Seahawks are favourites, mate, aren't they? Yeah. Green Day are part of the Super Bowl too. Good. Well, look, we're back here tomorrow for the 3 o'clock games. I'm on the United stand for the 12:30 against Spurs. We've got Liverpool, Man City on Sunday, and we've got the Super Bowl as well. And next Friday night, we've got, for the first time, we're in Dortmund, at Dortmund. So looking forward to that next Friday as well. Thank you for being part of our Bundesliga community. Enjoyed that, and join us again next week for that. We've got loads of stuff for you on the weekend. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe. Also, please do, before you go, I'm just going to whack this into the chat because I would love people to go and support this. I've started doing content back on my individual channel. Not a lot of people know about it. There's been an upload every week for the last 3 weeks. I've done cooking with Goldbridge, driving with Goldbridge, and I brought back going for Goldbridge today. So your support would be appreciated. I'm going to pin it in the live chat, and you could just go and give it a watch now. And if you like that channel, you could subscribe to it as well, because it's something a bit different. It's not really football. It's more lifestyle. And I do enjoy it. It's nice escapism for me, and I would appreciate your support on it if you haven't watched it already. So I've whacked it in the live chat there, and I'm just about to pin it as well. Which it has. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. No, I pinned the wrong bloody one. I've pinned Fennick. I don't want to pin Fennick in any way. There we go. It's pinned now. Thanks, everyone. Cheers.